Hello, everyone, and welcome to Digital Journeys. Today, we're going to visit with Pamela Butler and Tertius Eksteen, two members of our digital advisory team, about their perspective on attending Dreamforce 2023 in San Francisco. We'll take a close look at the subject of AI and sustainability, which were front and center topics at this large 3-day event. So with that, let's get started. Welcome, Pamela and Tertius.
Great to be here. Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah, great to be here. Thanks so much, Jerry.
Well, thank you. Okay, so Pamela, I'm going to go ahead and start with you, but this is going to be a question for both of you. So I understand that for both of you, this was your first Dreamforce. Overall, what was your impression of the event? Pamela, I'll ask you first.
Yeah, absolutely, Jerry. Dreamforce 23 was such an amazing event for me. It felt like the event of the century with, people from all over the world. I love being able to reconnect with some of my most favorite people and meeting so many incredible speakers and industry leaders across the Salesforce community. It was incredible to hear about Salesforce's focus on sustainability with its new net zero cloud capabilities, really helping companies meet climate and ESG regulatory requirements toward achieving net zero. I was also inspired and very moved by Dr. Jane Goodall's beauty and grace as she spoke about the best tech for fighting climate change. Dreamforce is really about the people that made it truly incredible. I am really so grateful to have had the opportunity to join and meet trailblazers to experience how Salesforce is really powering the future with AI, data, CRM, and trust.
Yeah, very cool. So what about you, Tertius?
Jerry, what really impressed me about Dreamforce was the level of innovation with a heavy focus on AI, and I know we will go into a bit more detail on that today, but Salesforce is constantly innovating, and that is really evident in their products and their services that were showcased at Dreamforce. And it's not just Salesforce itself, the whole ecosystem of Salesforce service providers contributing to that level of innovation. Then secondly, as Pamela mentioned, the focus on sustainability and social impact. Salesforce is clearly committed to making a positive impact on the world, and Salesforce Net Zero is just one of the platforms or the platform that they use to actually drive this sustainability and social impact. The diversity of the attendees were amazing, in terms of it's a truly global event with people from all over the world. And then lastly, the sense of community. It's more than just a conference. It's a gathering of like-minded people who are passionate about customer success.
Yeah, that's really good to hear, Tertius. There certainly were people from all over the globe, and the folks I've visited with were extremely passionate about Salesforce as well. So now let's go ahead and jump into AI, artificial intelligence. Pamela, I'm going to ask you this question. So AI was the talk of the town at Dreamforce. What stood out to you about some of the sessions that you attended on AI?
Yeah, absolutely. So what stood out to me the most was all the new features that will soon be released in the coming months around AI. Just to name a few, like Prompt Builder, which is the latest generative AI technology designed for Salesforce admins to really easily create AI-powered experience without code. There won't be any code necessary, allowing you to really provide specifics and context, also known as grounding, to receive a much better output in your generative AI experience. So Prompt Builder is coming into the Lightning experience to allow you to build AI prompts right within Salesforce with two amazing use cases right out of the box. The first is being sales email generation, which really allows you to auto-create highly personalized and relevant emails grounded on CRM data with just a single click. So this is an extremely powerful tool to help drive conversion, and the email is generated right from real data from your CRM. And then the second thing is field generation, which will allow you to take a prompt to have AI complete an individual record field. So what does that mean? Imagine that there's a long description field that needs to be filled out that could be very long. The field generation can write that summary or description for you. So that's pretty cool, right? And then both of these use cases are generally available in the spring of 24. So Prompt Builder really allows admins to be at the forefront of AI. And just some other cool Einstein GPT capabilities that I witnessed is having an in-app AI sales assistant that can assist you with your everyday tasks. So for instance, if a sales rep wants to view their call transcripts from the last calls that they had, the AI assistant can respond with a link to that transcript and also generate some action items based on the transcript. So you can view the call transcript through the link provided just to validate if what the AI assistant recommended actions are valid. And then if you agree with the generated action item, you can then ask the AI assistant to complete that step for you. So just to give it a better picture, for example, based on the call transcript, if the AI assistant recommends to you to create an opportunity with a deal amount and next steps to have a follow-up call, and the sales rep per se agrees with the recommendation, the AI assistant can then automatically complete those steps for the sales rep. So the steps would be create the opportunity, fill in the appropriate field values, and additionally respond back to the sales rep if there are any required fields that are needed that were not provided for the AI assistant to continue doing the work for you. So just to recap, that means the sales rep can focus on selling, and the AI sales assistant will really be their personal assistant to do all the rest. So all of this new functionality with AI already amazed me, but Salesforce didn't stop there. Not only are all the admins at the forefront of this AI revolution, but so are the developers. Right within the code editor, there is the new capability of smart comment hinting text. So while you are writing a comment within the code, it also immediately generates some comment hinting text to finish writing the comment for you. Additionally, once you are finished writing out your comments, automatic code is generated based on the comments that you wrote. This was truly absolutely incredible for me to see. Developers get so much time back and can just make any updates if needed to the code. And this is so amazing because we're actually then learning while we're building. So it not only helps developers, but junior developers or even admins wanting to get into developing code.
Thanks, Pamela. Yeah, I mean, this is all just very amazing. It's very exciting about the future of AI and the direction that it's going and how much time it's going to save everyone. And a lot of people are looking at AI today. A lot of organizations, they're trying to figure out, okay, how do I get started with AI? What do I do? They know they need to do something. So one of Cherry Bekaert's offerings in the AI space is something we're calling the Journey to AI. Pamela, can you talk about this offering and explain it to our listeners?
Absolutely, Jerry. So, successful AI journey is the data that it is accurate, consistent, complete, and relevant. Organizations today are really facing challenges of collecting data from various sources while maintaining the quality of the data. So Cherry Bekaert is here to really provide a data strategy for organizations and the ability to provide data cloud implementation services so that all your company's data will be connected, whether it be on the Salesforce CRM platforms or external data sources, unified and harmonized into a single source of truth, so that your generative AI experience will be seamless and highly personalized, with the ability to adapt to changing customer information in real time.
Well, it certainly sounds like something that our listeners, if you're interested in AI and don't know where to get started, sounds like we can certainly help them out with the journey to AI. So, Tertius, I'm going to turn to you now. You focus a lot on sustainability, and sustainability was, as I mentioned earlier, front and center at Dreamforce, especially the use of net zero cloud. Tertius, what is net zero cloud and how can it benefit organizations?
Yeah, Jerry's Salesforce Net Zero Cloud used to be called Sustainability Cloud, and they changed the name about 3 years ago. So the previous name actually refers to, it's a sustainability management platform that helps organizations measure, manage, and reduce their carbon emissions. So it provides a single source of truth for all your carbon emission data, as well as providing tools to analyze the emission, set goals, and then track progress. And most importantly, provide the reporting that you would need for as required by multiple organizations. The nice thing about Salesforce Net Zero Cloud that it also integrates with other Salesforce products like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Slack, Tableau, to make it easy to embed sustainability in your everyday business operations. So some of the benefits of using Salesforce Net Zero Cloud include comprehensive carbon accounting using carbon calculators based on data sets from multiple organizations, tracking your emissions automatically once you entered your company's footprint. And when I mean footprint, it's not your carbon footprint, it's your infrastructure, the trucks you use, the facilities that you have, how you move goods around. Net Zero Cloud and Tableau will provide you the ability to get data-driven insights rather than guesswork on what your sustainability goals and progress are, and use science-based goal setting to help you define your company's goals. Collaboration and transparency is important because you have to report your progress, but also interact and collaborate with your suppliers and vendors, and Net Zero Cloud will allow you to do that. So overall, Net Zero Cloud is easy to use, but it's really powerful. But let me give you another example for how a manufacturing company can use Net Zero Cloud. So the company can use it to track its emissions from its factories, equipment, transportation, and then develop the carbon footprint and help the company to determine ways to minimize its environmental impact, but also, most importantly, identify areas to save money. So at our Dreamforce presentation on Net Zero Cloud, we emphasized the importance for companies planning their sustainability approach to explore opportunities to save money through product and supply chain redesign, and we have done that successfully with a number of clients, as well as using tax credit to actually help you pay for your sustainability initiatives.
All right, well, that's great. So I'm going to turn my attention to something a little bit different, and it's involving politics, but it also involves sustainability. So recently, California lawmakers passed legislation called the Climate Accountability Package that would require large companies to file sustainability disclosures by 2026. So Tertius, how can Cherry Bekaert help organizations get started on their journey to use a net zero cloud and helping them stay compliant with reporting requirements?
That's an interesting question, Jerry. More than 10,000 companies that are currently doing business in California will now need to report on their greenhouse gas emissions as well as the climate-related financial risk under this new climate accountability package. Now, this is not a standalone requirement because it's actually similar to what the European already requires companies to do, and then the upcoming US Security and Exchange Commission sustainability reporting requirements that's expected later this year or early next year will require the same level of reporting. So Cherry Bekaert can help these companies to understand these multiple new requirements, because they are very similar but also have unique differences, and companies need to be aware of what those differences are. And we can help these companies plan on how to meet these new requirements and also help them calculate the initial carbon footprints. It is quite an exercise the first time you do that. We also offer a variety of services to support companies to respond to these requirements, such as tax incentive advice, access to sustainability platforms like Salesforce Net Zero Cloud, and then developing innovative solutions on how they can actually change, like the product designs or the supply chains or the company facility infrastructure to first of all reduce the carbon footprint, but also potentially save money.
All right, thank you for that, Tertius. Now I'm going to turn my attention to you, Pamela. As I mentioned earlier, we visited many great people at our booth, and we also offered them a complimentary assessment. Pamela, tell us a bit more about the benefits of this type of assessment and why it's worth someone's time to take us up on this offer.
Yeah, absolutely. So this assessment will provide you with ways to really enhance your Salesforce application usability, productivity, and adoption. So the benefit of this assessment is to really provide a good understanding of where there are implementation gaps and how those gaps can be addressed to maximize the efficiency of your Salesforce org and return on investment.
Okay, great. So thanks for that information, Pamela, and I hope many of our listeners will take advantage of that assessment. It is a good thing. So with that, I would like to thank Pamela and Tertius for joining us today. Thanks to both of you.
Big pleasure, Jerry.
It's a pleasure, Jerry. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And also, I would like to thank our listeners. And as always, feel free to like and share our podcast and stay tuned for the next episode of Digital Journeys.